Hello, good people. This is Jason Irvin, aka the Janitor, here bringing you another episode of Wash, Rinse, Repeat. And we have Sick Kill 17, so you know that this is the bigger picture. And on this episode, see how we did that?
Very
on
good.
this episode, what we're doing is focusing on what happened to us during DEFCON and Blackhat. We're going to try to overarch that in 10 minutes. So, let's start off with Blackhat because that was the first week of everything. Mm-hmm. And for my Blackhat personally, actually, my company actually sent us to a really good 4-day class. Mm-hmm. It was called Advanced Infrastructure Hacking. And in Advanced Infrastructure Hacking, I felt like I knew absolutely nothing about nothing because these guys were fantastic. And I guess that's the point of the whole thing, to be able to go to a course. You don't want to go there and they tell you stuff that you already know, right?
No, there's no point in that.
Right.
But always learning. That's something that, if I can jump in real quick second.
Sure.
Cybersecurity, you're always learning. CTFs, classes like this are going to humble you. Yeah. But the fact, once you start thinking you learn everything,
you have it.
It's over.
You have it.
You don't.
Because you meet somebody
There's
else.
No way.
You meet somebody else.
Yeah. And that's why networking is important. That's why these classes are important, etc. So collaborating is very, very important. For this kind of stuff.
So Advanced Infrastructure Hacking was a great course. I don't know. I believe they bring it every year because this year they had their own hall. It was really huge. I suggest that you go take a look at it, try it out, and get your feelings hurt. There were only maybe 2 people in the class that were like, yeah, we know what he's doing right now. And it was at least 150 people in that class.
That's crazy.
So it was really good.
So it really was advanced infrastructure hacking.
Yes, they went from everything from Windows, which I'm not a strong Windows guy, Linux, which strong Linux.
Linux is
right.
Yeah, got Linux.
To
Linux.
Cloud, to databases.
Wow.
It was insane. So that was my Blackhat, right? So what was your Blackhat like?
My Blackhat, our company had a booth, Cyber Vista, and I was in that booth. I was running around. I was networking with people. I was talking to the companies. This is my first Blackhat.
Oh, really?
I can just say that. It was my first Blackhat.
It's my second one. I'm acting like I had so many.
So he's like, I've been a Blackhat. No, it was my first Blackhat. So it was all about vendors for me, running around, meeting people, networking. Talking sales for our company to smaller companies, so we had that startup mentality. So that's where I was, and I was living those things. So next year, I'm hoping maybe hit the briefing aspect or the classes or something.
For sure. Also, lots of swag. So I got swags and stickers. So swag is
so many T-shirts.
Oh man!
Oh my goodness!
So many T-shirts. So
I collect cybersecurity T-shirts. So I have a problem.
My whole closet is. I actually had to unfold. I had to get everything off the hanger. And fold everything because I have so many.
There's so much. So much. So I collect cybersecurity T-shirts. So I was in heaven.
Right?
Stickers and T-shirts.
My daughter was actually in heaven because I kept bringing her back. They had a little tiger.
I saw that. I saw the site. I saw that.
So she was
That's
happy.
Cool.
So Blackhat was all about the swag, the vendors. Oh, and the Rapid 7 party. So if you went to the Rapid 7 party, shout out to you guys. I was the guy with the dreads with my wife in the middle of the floor dancing with all of my friends. Nice. And it's always good to be able to go to that Rapid 7 party. I'm sure all parties, but the Rapid 7 party just feels like family because everybody's there for a certain, there's no like clique of people. It's always like we're all doing the same thing. You know?
That's so cool. So, but now I will say something as somebody who's going into Blackhat for the first time. Right. It's by the same guy, the same owner, Dark Handship, runs them both, did run them both. I don't think he runs Blackhat anymore, but it's a different feel from DEFCON.
Oh yeah!
Blackhat's a very different feel.
Oh yeah!
It's a whole different mentality and feel than what DEFCON is.
Exactly,
it
two
really
different conferences. But next year, once you get there, 2 things you need to do. Go directly to Rapid 7 and go get your badge for their
we had some of our co-workers that went to that one. I didn't make it that one.
Sure.
But
and the second thing is right behind those guys is always CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike has the greatest shirts and socks.
CrowdStrike has a serious booth.
Make sure you get those 2 booths next year. But don't beat me there because I got to make sure I get my tickets. All right.
I gotta be there too.
So moving right along. All right. That's Blackhat. Blackhat was good, right?
Yeah. Blackhat
so then we move into DEFCON. In
Yes.
DEFCON, there are videos of me not sleeping from Rapid Sevens party to the next morning.
Like, I'm tired. I feel like I'm an old person now. You're over there like, nah, it's cold.
I didn't sleep. So we went to the Rapid 7 party, and then right after that, I got in line con in the morning at like 4 in the morning.
That's right.
Yeah,
you were there super. I remember that on Instagram. You were there super early doing stuff.
Let me explain why that was the case. We have time. We have time. The reason why is because I, like a genius, didn't tick the box that said since you took a class at Blackhat, you could get your DEFCON tickets for free without.
Yeah, I didn't do that either.
Yeah. So,
I didn't do it when we ordered the badge for a company. I didn't do that.
Fantastic. Okay,
next time.
So I'm gonna start on this part of what was probably one of my most important
go for it
parts.
because you had some great stuff.
Yeah, for
sure. Some great stuff.
One of the best talks that I think was at DEFCON was a talk by a guy named Billy Boatwright, and it was exactly titled "How to Conquer Imposter Syndrome." Now, that's a big thing for me. I'm a huge perfectionist. Stuff doesn't get put out most of the time because I'm like, oh, it's not good enough. Or I'm always really hard on myself saying that I don't know this, or I'm not good enough for this. It's always I'm not good enough, or am I good enough to teach these people? Am I good enough to tell them something when am I at that level? Mm. And there was a quote that was on there, and I'll leave it after this, but it was by Babe Ruth, and it said, if you're strong enough to pick up a bat, you're strong enough to swing it. And it really meant a lot to me. And the talk actually had a lot of people there. It wasn't a onesie twosie talk. So a lot of people felt the same way that I was feeling, and it was really good, like a really good talk. So what was one of your favorites there?
My favorite thing is I went to the villages. I'm a Wireshark fanatic. I took the Packet Hacking Village CTF and got in the top 10, but we did not make it to the second round. But it was one of those things where we talked about before the camera went on, where you go into it and you realize how much more you need to learn, but how much you do learn while doing the CTFs. We can do a whole video episode on just CTFs. But I'm going back next year. I'm coming back.
Take it on.
I'm itching. I'm scratching for round 2 on this guy.
Right. So there were 2 different talks, right? So I went to a lot of talks. You were doing a lot of
CTFs and village talks. Yeah, talk to people, like con talking and so forth.
And my second one, I have to send a super shout out. Want to say this? There were 3 of my favorite YouTubers, bloggers, podcasters. I don't know what you would call them, but they're influencers, I guess.
Influencers, social media influencers.
Security community. So that they did a talk that Alyssa Herrera, Corbin Leo, and Stoke did a talk on let's get all technical and hunt harder. So they were doing they're big on bounty hunting. So they actually So bounty hunting was like HackerOne and every company that allows bounty hunting. These guys really go and are able to find vulnerabilities in companies that are allowing hackers to actually hack on their servers.
People actually can make a living.
Oh, they're making a good amount of money doing bounty.
Sure. They absolutely can.
So it was
that's actually really cool,
inspirational to me, and I got to talk to those guys. It's always good when you meet your heroes and they are not just punks. They were super cool.
It's good to meet your hero, and your hero's actually cool.
It was cool. So those were good talks that I got to. So
that's awesome.
I know we're getting close, but
we are getting close, man.
Let's talk about LineCon.
We gotta wait till the next video on this.
We'll break
we're
this
down
one
to
up,
the end,
and then we'll come into a little bit more.
We maybe do a DEFCON part 2. I don't know.
Why not?
Let's
do it.
See you in the next video next week.
The next one. And we got it. Go.